Alright, we're back. Apologies for the stream issues. Stream may be a little bit blurrier than normal, but we're all set to go here. One lap to the green, your starting lineup. Ross Corinna, Brandon Dittmer, Patrick Spangler, Dean Reynolds, Jesse Bandy, Jeff Barker, Chad Griggs, Jesse Atkinson, Brian Moore, Terry Landis, Brad Waite, and Bob DeGood. Your second half of the lineup looks like this. Stephen Furberg, Joe Musso, Barry Goldner, Blake Chapman, Joseph Grandy, Zach Chapman, and Steve Bixler, your field. Time to shake and bake, because where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast, showtime at Volusia. Flatline Racing Bodies green flag. Corinna comes through with the early race lead, followed by Dean Reynolds, Jeff Barker, and Patrick Spangler. Barker edges out Spangler for third. Spangler, first guy on the bottom. Everyone else decides to rocket upstairs in the attic lane. Spangler moves up to the 4th spot. How about the start for Terry Landis? After finishing inside the top 4, put him in a good starting spot for the night. Now he's already through in the 5th position through 3 laps, with some of the drivers starting from the back. Underneath on Patrick Spangler, looking for the 4th position. Oh, Bandy, big old slider on Jesse Bandy there, but Bandy counters it back. How he didn't hit Atkinson, I have no idea. Spangler able to clear Terry Landis and hang on to that 4th position. You watch Griggs and Atkinson race for the 6th spot. See if the Desert Demon can get some bite off turn 2. Atkinson gets a run down the back. He clips the wall though. Chad Griggs trying to take a spot away. Yellow waves. Joe Musso around down the back in the 28. Replay of what happened. You get hooked from Grandy. Yep, just slightly. And just only did a 180. Right on board. Tell you what, everything wanted to stop except for that right front brake. Look at the setup here real quick. I think you can disconnect that actually here. Nope, I'm looking at something different. I was thinking of a modified. That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, that right front brake did not want to look. So here we go for the restart. Ross Corinna, Dean Reynolds, row 1. Patrick Spangler, Jeff Barker, row 2. Terry Landis, Jesse Atkinson, row 3. Chad Griggs and Jesse Bandy, row number 4. And Bob DeGood, Joseph Grandy. Run out the top 10. Corinna selects the bottom here for this restart, right to fire whenever that pace car pulls onto pit road.
Green flag, green flag.
And Dino tried to time it. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. This may help out Jeff Barker move up to the 2 spot. Reynolds clears the 513. Here comes Spangler down the back, wanting 3rd. And Barker loses another spot. Chad Griggs takes the 4th position away. And Dean's got a lot of company and 2 fast guys in Griggs and Spangler. How about that pass from the Rebels winner? Chad Griggs through on Patrick Spangler. Griggs is still showing why he's got renegade speed, even though he didn't race a lot last season. Look at Atkinson. Sending her in there, takes away the 5 spot. Another slider from Jesse Bandy through 3 and 4. He went up the hill to take 5th. Ooh, near contact. Hang on, everybody. Atkinson and Bandy just about touched off for turn 2. Barker losing more spots. How about Joseph Grant? He started 17th. He's up to 7th. It's lap 11 of 35. We watch the battle for the second spot. On board with Griggs after he just laid down the quickest lap at a 14:08. Gained another 600ths on Dino underneath the 2 spot. Griggs, oh boy, actually, I don't know who got second in line. Another slider from the 27. Griggs takes the spot away, now just has to secure it. Now Dean shows his nose underneath. There's a lot of speed under the hood of that 27. Still Corinna out in front by about a second on Chad Griggs. Closest race on track is for 15th. Blake Chapman and Jeff Barker. Remember, Chapman had that incident in the heat race. Right now, he's only gained 5 spots should he get past Barker for 11th. A long way to go. We're only through 14 laps, so this may be an early drop race. To drive the 20 now, getting, by the way, real life racing in his resume, which is pretty cool to see. I believe a full fendered race car. If I've been looking at things right on the Coast to Coast Lounge. Man, drivers are sliding their way through the corners. Oh, look out, Terry Landis up on the wall on the 161. Has to hang on to it, that's for sure. Grandy Atkinson, the Pink Panther, takes 6th at the line. But Grandy wants to counter it back. Dean's got a challenger for 3rd now this time, and Patrick Spangler. Reynolds hooked up top. Trouble Blake Chapman. And Terry Landis also collecting the 161. It's gone from bad to worse now for the driver of the Crate Sim Racing number 20. Slider from Brad Waite. Ooh, and contact between the two, and that left Blake with nowhere to go. But let me tell you something. I'm going to quote a funny thing my good friend and fellow announcer Steve Ovens said last Saturday night on Land of Legends TV. These guys here tonight, they have been throwing more sliders than what you get at your local Applebee's or Chili's. Like, my goodness, this is some good stuff. On board with Blake. Nowhere to go. I don't know how that car did not flip. The quick repair tastes pretty good, though, for the number 20. Restart time here on lap number 19. We'll watch this from the aerial shot, and it's a Corinna Griggs front row this time.
Green, green, green.
Good jump from the boss. How about the jump from Spangler, too? He timed it well up to 3rd. 3 wide for the spot with Bandy lurking underneath. He may peek on both of them. Ooh, Bandy, nice slider. A big old slider, 4th spot's the Bandy Built Masters. Dean's car may be starting to fade here, possibly in that number 79. Here comes Atkinson. Here comes Joseph Grandy as well. Whoa! Hang on, Jossie. Big impact with Grandy upside down. Brian Moore also collected. And that is now a non-winged sprint car. Oh, those were two big impacts. Another view here. The 127, how we clipped the attenuator a little bit too low. Similar to what happened with Bachman in the Open 358 race. And Joseph Grandy catches the worst of it. Right on board. Brian Moore Sr. on board. Can't see what he sees in the background, but it's already slowed up. Ooh, he hit both of them actually. So Griggs continues to lead. As we'll go single file for the rest of this one. Steve King Foundation pace car on pit road. We're back to green with 13 to go. Griggs nearly caught the wall there in 1 and 2 near the flip pit. And we're at the point of the race where how slick this track has gotten. Drivers need to be very careful about biking it through the corners. You get too high, you may be starting to cartwheel here possibly. You want to hit the wall like with Chad Griggs. If you hit it long enough, that car will do a bunch of sidewinders. Griggs is closed in fact, on Ross Corinna. Corinna fading here to the 27, who, remember, started back at the 7th spot. Race is on for the lead with 10 to go. Corinna with a small slider. Outdrive in the corner, but now Griggs peaks downstairs the neutral groove. But again, Corinna defending on corner exit. That time, though, up on the wall. The sparks fly off the 10 and the 39. Griggs caught the wall as well once again. He's doing 123 into the corner. Time we did 126. Everyone spread out here with 7 to go. Best race on track, leads to contact. Musso, wait around, and Musso upside down. Barry Goldner also involved in this one. And another late race restart coming up here. For Chad Griggs, a chance to win 2 races in one night. Landis catches weight, and Musso gets the brunt end of it. See a late impact from Barry Goldner in the end. Mind his own business. Hard hitting the wall, damages the right front. A couple of flips. Turtled on his side. Here we go for the restart. 6 laps of racing to go. Sparks fly from Corinna. Here comes Spangler for second. Does he throw it in deep? He cannot. 5 laps to go here for the boss. Who is taking the Renegade season opener? It could be any one of the top 3 cars here. Griggs for the race lead, sliding up off of 2. They're wing to wing into turn 3. Here goes Griggs. Can he take the lead off for 4? Yes, he can with 4 to go. Corinna throws it back. Slide job city at Volusia Speedway Park once again. And now Griggs tries to get a run and hold it in the middle. Hoping for a mistake by Corinna. Corinna clears. He holds on with 3 to go. Now he starts to defend the slider line. Up goes Corinna. Griggs decides to hold and get bite. The boss clips the wall for just a moment. Gap at 1/4 of a second. 2-6 in the air. 2 laps to go. Corinna defending through 1 and 2 each and every time. Hanging on to the high side in 3 and 4. Griggs went in deep. White flag waves. 1 to go. For the Phantom Motorsports. Number 10. Velocity Race Design car. Ross Corinna. Still has Chad Griggs behind him. Defends the slider line through 3 and 4. Checkers wave. Oh, Corinna side by side at the end, and Corinna wins. I thought for a moment Corinna stepped on it too much. But the boss hangs on by 900ths to win. Another look coming to the checkered flag. Watch Corinna here in 3 and 4. A little bit tight. He stepped on it, I think. Rear end came out from underneath him. And man, 1 more lap. I think Chad gets him. So it's Corinna, Griggs, Spangler, Bandy, and that man, Dean Reynolds. You can't see him, but they round out the top 5. Chapman, the biggest mover, up 9 spots to finish 7th tonight. So that's how the field looks. And the top 3 are all with us. Kick things off with our 3rd place finisher, Patrick Spangler. Patrick kept the car consistent up in the top 5. Walk me through it.
Yeah, I had 2 different setups, one completely different than the other, and I thought it was going to be top dominant, so I put that one in, but it just didn't react how I thought it was going to. And that's usually one of my tracks I'm not very solid at, so to get the 0x in 3rd is a win there for me.
Gives you some extra bonus points, too, to start off the season.
Yeah, that was the main thing. I tried to down low and tap the wall once, so I didn't want to. I knew if I kept going down there, I would just eat the wall. So just trying to play conservative for the long road in this season. Try to give Blake a run for the money there, and hopefully maybe squeak out a win later this season.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Shoot for the awesome broadcast. Jack and Jeff for running the league. Volusia Race Design. Sabras there with the wrap. Dad and Uncle back home watching, and Triangles Racing.
Alrighty. Great job tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next week.
Sounds good.
That's Patrick Spangler finishing 3rd. Now let's go to your P2 finisher, Chad Griggs.
It really...
Not a bad night. I'm sorry to cut you off there between you and Ross, but not a bad night for you as a whole. What more did you need for Ross there at the end?
I was just talking to Ross. I probably just showed my hand a lap or two too early there, but no, it was a good race. It was fun. Just had to be patient, work your way up there, and I thought I was able to do that. So, good night.
Take me through the slider line from your perspective.
You just had to be like it was so hard, and I knew early like you want to throw a slider, but like you have to really run a lead up lap to that slider that really gives you momentum. So you got to really either nail a different line than the other guy to really build some momentum going into a corner, or you got to rely on a combination of doing that and him messing up a little bit. And I felt like the lap that I put it on there and threw that slider, that was really my only hope. That was the lap that I got that momentum, and so I had to throw it, and it was a little bit too early, and I couldn't hold it. Made a little bit of a mistake and gave it back up, but almost nailed the bottom there on the last lap to make it interesting. But it was a fun race.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Thank you to you guys for the broadcast, C2C for the league, my team, TJM, and Trent Pullman for my car.
Awesome, man. Great job tonight, and we'll talk to you next week, hopefully.
Sounds good. Thanks, Marty.
Chad Griggs, your runner-up finisher in second. But now we go to victory lane to talk with your winner, the boss, Ross Corinna. Ross, first question I got for you is, what happened off of turn 4? Did you step on a little bit too much? I saw the back end kick out.
Yeah, I kind of went to protect and almost gave it away there. Probably should have just stayed on my line. I think I would have been fine, but I'm glad the checkered came out when it did. I don't know if 1 or 2 laps that would have done. So good racing with Griggs and Spangler and those guys. But, yeah, just got to be a little more careful when I'm protecting, I guess.
I mean, you still had a really fast car. Take me through it.
Yeah, the slider line was working good for me. Pretty much the whole race. Went to the top there with I don't remember, like 12 laps left, and then actually kind of went back to the slider in 1 and 2, and kind of it felt really good. So just kind of ran that for a little bit, and then we had that last restart, and I kind of ran the top, and I peeked down to my inside on my left screen, and I could see Spangler down there, and I was like, oh, I think it was turn 3. I'm like, okay, maybe the bottom's coming in. So went and ran the slider again, and I think turn 4 then I kind of saw Griggs pull up next to me on turn 4 exit, and I think if he wouldn't have gotten a slick, if he would have had a little bit more drive, he probably would have got me there too. But just kept my foot in the throttle and was able to drive past them. But no, like I said, it's always good racing with Griggs and Spangler and these guys. So fun race.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Phantom Motorsports guys, M9 Performance, Velocity Race Design, you guys up in the booth putting on the show, everybody at Coast to Coast putting on the keeping the league going, and then Flatline Racing Buddies for being the title sponsor for Renegade, so we can keep this thing broadcasted.
Alrighty. Great job. Congratulations on the win, and we'll talk to you again hopefully next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Ross Corinna, first race winner of the year in Renegades action. And so that will do it for us here tonight. We hope you enjoy the rest of opening week here for the 2025 summer season. Next week we'll be at Lucas Oil Speedway at 7 o'clock for the Open 358s, Rebels and Renegades. Shout out to everyone here at the Coast to Coast Racing League, all the fine drivers and admins, our whole sponsors as well. And on behalf of everyone here, I'm Marty Scala saying so long. Congratulations to your winners tonight. Logan Wentz in Open 358s, Chad Griggs in Rebels, and Ross Corinna in Renegades. So long, everyone.